it's Hatsy and welcome to part 2 of Cinderella's castle. Now, this has been ages since I built part 1. I think about a month, maybe more, but I finally got around to it. And the reason why it wasn't a big rush for me was because there weren't any requests. I didn't see any requests to actually do the interior. So I just took it upon myself to do the interior. But I did have fun doing it as well. I was a little bit careful though because I didn't want to take all the ideas that I've got for another build and put them into this build, because at the time that I built this was around the time when I was also building the Duke's Palace, or aka Cinderella's Palace, because it's actually Cinderella's Palace, out of the movie. So the non-animated film that was made in 2015, they had a castle for that, and that is the one that I'm going to be using for my Let's Play series, but I've renamed it the Duke's Palace. So there we go. So I did pay a lot of attention to the decorations that Cinderella's castle has, and I looked online for ages and I found the prettiest room. And I thought a big feature for this, because it's not a big build, it's, pretty much the size of a normal suburban house, so bear that in mind. I didn't have a lot of room whilst I was decorating it, so I really had to be careful what I fitted in here. So I decided that I definitely wanted a throne room and I wanted to make it really grand and pay a lot of attention to that. So if I can find a picture that I used for inspiration, because you may think that it's like very similar to the picture that I found, and it is, I tried to copy it as accurately as possible. So if I can find it, I will insert it here and you'll be able to see what I sort of copied in here. But going with the ballroom lights, I do the same trick now. So I found out a really good trick from watching Freezer Bunny's videos, and I found that he does that with his ballroom lights to make them bigger, and that's what I do. So I use BB Move objects to make them look like a proper chandelier, and in my opinion, they look so much better. But honestly, I can imagine people just coming to this area. You could get like Sims in here and you could fill it up, and you could make something really grand out of this area. So I was expecting Cinderella's castle to actually be in like very pale blue colours, but a lot of the interiors, even the inspired pictures by people, it was using a lot of dark wood colours, which I wasn't expecting, but I also thought it really nice, but just wasn't what I was expecting. I think there's also a hidden room there. That might be a bathroom though. Okay, so it's not much of a hidden room, it's just a bathroom. It's very small though. It's like a little cupboard under the stairs, which actually going to a cupboard under the stairs, actually not going there, but talking about a cupboard under the stairs, I have a cupboard under my stairs. And it's strange because it's carpeted and I don't know what to do with it. So I just put like cleaning tools there and stuff, just anything that I can't think to fit in my house. But no, it's really nice. So I wish we had that in The Sims 4, an actual cupboard that you could fit there. Maybe they'll do that in the future, I'm not sure. But the throne room was very grand, and if you like the colours that I used from this build, then this may be a little bit similar to what I'll be using in the Royal Kingdom, which will be owned by the King. So I don't want to go too much into that because I'm not going to build that for some time, and that's because he's not going to come into the Let's Play straight away. He's going to be coming in to the LP later on. But I don't want to talk about the LP too much because this house is like completely unrelated to it. But it seriously is all that's on my mind now, like when I'm doing Sims videos. I don't know. I'm just really excited to start it. But the kitchen, now the kitchen for this build isn't fantastic. And I know that that may bother some people, but if the build is going to have butlers and things, because it's like a castle and it's a grand place, then I would imagine the kitchen not to be the main room. And I always mention that now, but I feel like I have to explain it. Also, I think the build ends up with 2 bedrooms, which is a very small amount, but it is a very small build. Now, going on to the princess topic, because it is supposed to be Cinderella's castle, the new Disney movie, Moana, I think that's what it's called, that's out, and I haven't seen it yet because apparently it's not out in English cinemas. I have no idea why, but I looked online the other day, but it's not locally to me anyways. It's not in a local area to me. Apparently, I can't watch it yet. I think it's out December the 12th, so maybe by the time you're watching this, maybe it will be out for me to watch, but it's not out at the moment because I've checked. And it may be out in other places, but just not around where I am. But anyway, I really want to build something from that movie, even though I haven't seen it. So if you can find like any pictures, or if you can even give me hope, if you've watched the film yourself, if there's anything buildable from that film, I don't know. If there is, then let me know, because I don't think that she has necessarily a house, but if there's like a boat, if there's some little huts or something like that, then I would love to build something like that, because I don't know, I like doing Disney inspired builds, so that would be really great. So yeah, let me know if you can find any pictures and I can try my best to do it. So this was the child's bedroom. I don't know if Cinderella ends up having a child. It's very unclear. I watched Cinderella 2, but that didn't give anything away either. And Cinderella 2 was a little bit odd for me because I know that it was about Cinderella forgiving the stepsisters, but would she really though? I mean, I don't believe it. I just don't. So the story didn't really make sense to me that much, but I did enjoy the film. I thought it was very good. But yeah, I didn't get the forgiving the stepsister bit, or at least the fact that Cinderella was trying to set the stepsister up with a baker, from that's what I can remember. It was just very unnatural to me. I just didn't expect that. So that was the child's bedroom anyway, and I really like that room. I just wanted to point it out. So if we have like a royal baby in the Let's Play, okay, I don't want to keep going back to this, but if we do, then that is what the room will look like. And same sort of thing with this room. I am really getting used to doing like grand beds at the moment. And I know that a lot of people struggle with 4-post beds, but it's a very good way to just get creative just with the curtains, and it all works. So it will just work just as if the sim was using a normal bed. It will be exactly the same, so you won't have to do like anything different. It won't glitch out or anything. I've tested it before and it works every single time. And a really interesting fact, which I didn't learn myself, is the fact that if you use a piece of furniture in The Sims 4, you can elevate it. So you can move it upwards by using, I think it's shift and number 9, and you can move it like upwards and downwards. Downwards is 0. And what you can do that you can create split multiple levels. So occasionally on the Sims 4 gallery, you may see somebody sharing a room, which is like of a bunk bed, and it's usable. Okay, only one bed's usable, I think, so you can't use both. Maybe there's a mod for it. I haven't found one yet, but that would be amazing if someone made a bunk bed mod. Yeah, it's really interesting though. So I was quite excited about that when I found that out, but that's how I got to make the horse and carriage. I didn't make one on this build, but I made one on another one of my builds, and I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, it is a really short build that I'm doing today. It's only like 8 minutes. It didn't take very long to decorate, if you can tell, but I thought I'd better share it with something inside rather than sharing it unfurnished, and the top floor was just too difficult to add another staircase to because it was very small. But anyway, that is the end of the build, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see your future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.